All right. Good morning, guys. You guys did it. This is the last day, and obviously, I'm not assigning anything, but I figured I would make a video just saying goodbye to you all, and I just want to cover a few things during this video. First off, it was wonderful seeing those of you who showed up yesterday to the supply pickup at the school. It was great seeing you guys. That was a lot of fun. Definitely missed seeing your faces. Hopefully, you missed seeing mine even just a little bit. Um, so I know not everyone was able to be there, but for those of you who were there, it was really great seeing you guys. So I thought that went really, really well. And I'm sure a lot of you are going back today to get your books. If you didn't order one initially, hopefully you already know that it's a first come, first serve thing, and you can buy them for $25, but it has to be in cash. So don't forget that. It's obviously been a very crazy year in a lot of ways. I thought up until mid-March, before COVID even started, I thought it was going, it was still a fun year. We did a lot of good stuff, and it was really great being able to interact with you guys for the entire year. And then obviously COVID happened, and then distance learning took over. And I have to say, I remember my middle school experience somewhat well. It was a lot different than what you guys experienced. I was never required to read emails. I don't even think I had an email address when I was in middle school. So to see what you guys had to do every single day, some of you, I'm sure it was a very smooth transition, but for some, it was definitely a little tougher. And I commend all of you for getting through it, because being thrust into something like that as an eighth grader or just as a middle schooler in general is pretty tough. So kudos to you guys. I thought overall it went as well as it could have gone. There were definitely some speed bumps, and I understand that it's going to happen. But overall, I thought it went pretty well. So considering everything going on in this world, I'm very happy to say that you guys made it through. And I'm very proud of all of you, each and every one of you. So obviously, high school comes for you guys next year. And one thing I can say about high school, it is truly what you make of it. In middle school, obviously, it's a little different. You guys are still a lot younger, and it's a very, it's a crazy time for everybody, but you're still pretty young. By the time you get to high school, you're going to have a much different feeling, especially for eighth graders, obviously, because, you guys go from being top dogs at Western Hills, and now you guys are new kids on the block. No matter, Cranston West, Cranston East, LaSalle, Hendricken, Prout, Moses Brown, wherever you guys end up, Bayview, you guys are brand new there. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be a little intimidating, especially when you see how big everybody is, and how you're not really, most of you aren't going to know a ton of people. But I don't want that to intimidate you too much. I remember my high school years, and they definitely were not always the best. But by the end of my high school career, I look back on it now, and honestly, those are some of the better years of my life. So definitely, it's definitely what you make of it. Get involved in the school community. If you're someone that likes to go to school and then leave immediately, obviously, hey, like that's your choice. But I strongly encourage you guys to get involved in extracurriculars, sports, clubs, make new friends, try new things, do things you wouldn't normally do, test yourself, test your boundaries, and you'll be surprised how different you look from your freshman year to your, and then looking at yourself as a senior, not just physically, but, mentally and academically and everything. It's going to be a crazy experience for you guys. My video keeps freezing. Hopefully it doesn't show up that way on your end. Believe it or not, and I'm going to take this time to do a little history talk, because that's what I do. Believe it or not, guys, you are part of history. And I know that in a way, I guess we're all part of history in some way, shape, or form, some less significant, some more significant than others. But what you guys did, what we did as teachers, what you did as students, that's never been done before. Probably the only time that's ever even been, and I can't speak to this exactly, but in 1918, when the Spanish flu hit, the world, and it's in a lot of similar ways, the world just kind of stopped. That may have been the only time that school changed. Obviously, they couldn't have done distance learning like we do it now. But when you think about it, this is the first time that we've ever had to just change, like throw out the playbook of how school is normally conducted and how learning is done, and just change everything on the fly. That's not easy to do. I don't care how old you are, where you come from. It's very difficult to just throw out something that you're very used to doing and trying a whole new thing. I think that's what we all did from mid-March until today. And like I said, overall, I thought it went well. But regardless of how it went, people are going to be writing about this stuff for a long time. And I know it's a long way off, but when you guys are older and you're adults and you're paying bills and you're out of college and stuff, eventually textbooks are going to include COVID-19, and they're going to talk about how students had to adapt and be flexible and figure out a new way to learn. It really is it's crazy when you think about it. And I know obviously I have a mind for history because that's my thing, but hopefully you guys can understand that as well. You guys truly are a part of history, and that is a pretty crazy thing to think about. I guess I would be remiss if I don't give you guys a motivational quote of some kind. I guess I wouldn't be a teacher if I didn't do that. But this quote really sticks to me, and I think it also really resonates well with social studies as a whole. In the age of information, ignorance is a choice. And if you're not sure what ignorance is, or being ignorant, it means not having enough information or knowledge on a certain subject, or pretty much refusing to learn more. You guys, and I know I've said this before, you guys are in an age where you guys have access to more information than any generation has ever had in human history. Like, think about that for a second. You guys can access stuff on your phone that wasn't even available 20 years ago. It's pretty wild. So think about that quote. In an age of information, ignorance is a choice, meaning it's up to you. If you guys want to be educated, if you guys want to be informed, you have the power to do that. If you would rather not know anything and sit under a rock all day, that's obviously up to you, but that's a choice. Being ignorant is not something you just are, that you're choosing to be that way. Okay. So especially with everything going on, especially with all the civil rights things going on right now, and criminal justice and Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. COVID, I know people kind of forget about COVID right now, but it is still going on. Now more than ever is a perfect opportunity to make sure that you guys are keeping up to date on what's going on. I know we do current events, and for a lot of you, I'm sure it was just an assignment you did every other week or every like once a month. But the whole idea is to make sure you guys are not ignorant, to make sure you guys understand that things are happening outside of your community of Cranston. Okay, being a middle school student, and this is very common, you're very egocentric. And what that means is that you tend to think of things from only your point of view. And if something happens in the world that has no effect or no impact on you, you tend not to really care about it because it's not affecting your day to day. And that's normal. That's not like a slight to anybody. That's a normal middle school, early high school mentality. And it's not until you get older until you realize that these things do affect you. And it's better to have more information than not enough. So again, ignorance is a choice. And you guys have more at your disposal now than any other generation in human history has ever had. So please take advantage of that, because it is definitely not something to take lightly. And I won't talk much more, but I really did. I did enjoy my time with you guys this year. I wish we could have finished out the year normally, especially seeing as you guys are eighth graders. Obviously, Mr. VC, Mrs. Kutu, Mr. Ruggieri, the rest of the staff, we tried to make it as normal of a, end of the year as possible. And obviously, no matter what we did, it wasn't going to be exactly normal. So I hope you guys can take something from this And remember this when you guys are graduating high school, okay? Because that will be really your first opportunity to really say, hey, like, we're going to be celebrated properly for achieving what we've achieved, not just for graduating high school, but because we made it through middle school. I know that's going to seem like a long way off, but trust me, it flies by. So don't, try not to wish the days would be shorter, wish they'd be longer. All right. Because you're going to think about these things for the rest of your life, and life's fast. So if you don't look around every now and then, you're going to miss some things. But please, guys, I know this is a cliche for teachers, but I honestly mean it. My room is not changing. I'm in the same room as I was in last year. Teams got moved around a little bit, if you weren't aware of that. So some teachers aren't in the same place, but I am in the same place. I know Mr. Haddad is in the same place. I know Mrs. Lancelotti is in the same place. Mrs. Weinstein moved, but she's still in Western Hills, but she's still there. So you can find her. Mrs. Fonsley, Mrs. Carlson, please come back and visit. Honestly, I mean, each and every one of you, I'd love to see you guys at least once, before I'm done teaching, which probably won't be for another 40 something years. So I'll be around. And I really do wish you guys the best. I really hope that you guys succeed and continue to grow, not just physically, but, within, spiritually, academically, intellectually. Hope you guys grow in each and every way. And I hope you guys can come back and share your experiences with me, because most likely I'll still be in the same classroom, and I'd love to see you guys. So best of luck to you guys in your future endeavors. You did it. Congratulations. Have a great summer. And as I've said before, be good. But if you can't be good, be careful. All right. You guys are awesome this year. Again, please come back and visit. We'd love to see your bright, smiling faces. And I'd love to hear how your summer was. I'd love to hear how high school's going, wherever it may be. Feel free to email me. My email hasn't changed. And I really hope I see you guys soon. So thank you so much. Have a great summer. And hopefully I'll talk to you soon.